Hey, you guys have a real brother? I do. Yeah, my brother's 2 years younger than me. And I have an older brother who is 2 years older than me. And I also got two sisters, younger. Okay, now my brothers and I, when we were growing up, we grew up in the late 60s, early 70s, right? So that meant that we played outside. And when you play outside, you tend to get in trouble sometimes, right? Well, anyway, you know, it was a normal thing, right? When we were kids. There was this particular time in my brother's life, my younger brother's life, where he used to get in trouble like all the time. He was about 10, I was about 12. Okay, one time, he came home and we were supposed to announce what kind of homework we had in my house. My mother had a whiteboard up on the refrigerator, and for each subject we had to list what kind of homework we had. And my brother, he just said that he had maybe like art homework or something like that, right? Where in actuality he had math and science homework as well. But what this knucklehead did was he flushed it down the toilet. And my sister went in there after he did, and the toilet backed up. And like water just started coming all over the place. So my mother went there with a plunger, she plunged it out, and there was a wad of paper stuck in the commode, right? So she looks at it and she examines it and she says, wait a minute, this looks like somebody's homework. What is this? So she calls us all in there and she asks us one by one, and you don't lie to mom, okay? Who did this? And so my little brother said, I did. Why? I didn't want to do my homework. So he got his ass whooped. Mom's beat his butt. Okay, so a couple of days later, my mother takes my little sister to the dentist. So I was in charge. I was in the backyard with my sister. We were doing something in the back, and my little brother all of a sudden had this idea that he wants to make some fried chicken. So he goes into the freezer, takes out some chicken breasts, which are not thawed, right? They're frozen. So he leaves them out for a couple of minutes and decides that he can't wait. So he tries to fry him a piece of frozen chicken. And I don't have to tell you what happens when you put frozen meat into hot grease. Grease starts just flying all over the place. It catches on fire. Now the fry pan is on fire. We hear the smoke alarm in the kitchen go off. Beep, 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 beep. Okay, so my little sister and I, we run into the house, right? There's smoke coming out of the kitchen. I'm looking at my brother. He's standing in the middle of the kitchen just looking at the fire. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? So I pick up the fire extinguisher. Bam! I put it out, right? What the hell were you doing? And he says, I tried to fry me some chicken. I said, oh, man. I mean, we got the fire out, so nothing really happened. So, but the back was just, the back of the wall there was just black with smoke, right? So we're frantically trying to scrub the black smoke off of the wall. My brother, my sister, and I. So we're scrubbing the wall and we're trying to clean it up by the time before my mother gets home. Too late. Mom pulls up. We're right in the middle of it, and I'm like, no hiding this now. She's gonna find it. And so I was waiting for my mother to come into the kitchen. She comes in, and she looks at me. She says, "What did you guys do?" I said, "Hey, Ma, it wasn't me. It was Rudy. He did that." And then she says, "Rudy, come over here. What did you do?" And he said, "I wanted to fry some chicken." Oh my goodness. He got his ass whooped again. She beat his ass. After that, I overheard my parents talking about my little brother and his little situation right now. And I overheard someone say, reform school. And I was like, dang, they're going to send my little brother away. That's what I thought, right? So my mother calls me and says, Tino, take your little brother and go to the market and get some milk. So I said, okay. So my brother and I, we go to the market and we go to get some milk. So I got the milk, I'm at the register. My brother's nowhere to be seen, right? I'm like, where the heck did he go? So I'm paying for the milk, and all of a sudden, I see one of the supermarket clerks walking with my brother. He's got a hold of my brother, and they're walking to the manager's office, right? Well, I tell the cashier that I'll be right back, and I run over to the manager and ask him what's going on, and he says that this young man was just caught shoplifting, and I was like, what? And then so he's looking at me and he's like, dang, mom's she gonna kill me. She is gonna kill me for real. The police come. I'm sitting there with my brother. The police come, and they're just dogging him. They're dogging him. Do you know how serious this is? You know that you can go to jail for something like this? And I was like, oh. The whole time I'm thinking, when my mother and father find out what he just did, when they come down here and pick us up, they're shipping him off to reform school, to military school. I don't know, but he's leaving the house. Believe that. So I say, excuse me, officer. I put the candy bar in his jacket pocket, and he didn't even know about it. And he looks at me and says, what? I said, I put the candy bar in my brother's jacket pocket, and he didn't even know about it. I figured that I'm paying for the milk, so all attention would be on me, and he's with me, so you wouldn't think that he would steal anything, right? So we're paying for our milk, so I didn't think anybody would find out. So yeah, I did it. And so my brother's looking at me, and I'm like looking at him, and he's like, what the hell? I'm like, hey, this is too big for you. This is just too big for you. And I'm looking at him, and I'm thinking this, and just let me handle this. And he just sits there, and he's just looking at me the whole time. Moms and pops walks in. What happened? Your son was caught shoplifting, and apparently his older brother put the candy bar in his jacket, and he got caught with it. And so my mother looks at me like I'm crazy. She's like, what were you thinking about? Why would you do something like that? Let's go. And so my father and my mother, they apologize, and they pay for the candy bar, and so we get in the car and we go home. I get a whooping, okay, and I get a month punishment. So that means that I can't go outside, I can't play, no TV. After homework, I gotta go to bed. That's it, for a whole month. My brother, he didn't even want to look at me that day, you know. He felt guilty about what had happened. And I remember just crying. I was just crying because I got my ass whooped. And I was laying in bed, and I was like, oh, damn, what the hell am I doing? What am I doing? And then my brother comes in the room. I don't even look at him. I don't even look at him. So, and then he just walks right back out. I lay down and go to sleep. He comes in there when it's time for him to go to sleep. And he says, hey, Tino. I said, what, man? Why did you do what you did? You know, why did you tell Ma, and why did you tell the police officer that that you put that candy bar in my jacket when you didn't? And I said, dude, that was just too much for you to handle. You know, you were in trouble all the time, and it's like, I was afraid what Mama and Papa were gonna do to you. So, you know, I had no choice. And he's like, well, why would you do that? I'm like, man, you know, you're my little brother, regardless. I think you're a knucklehead, but you're my little brother. So, you know, I got to take care of you. That's what big brothers do. And then my little brother, he changed after that. He was a good kid after that. He never did anything stupid again, you know. Well, he did, but, you know, my parents never knew about it. But for the most part, he was a good kid. You know, he changed his ways. And when I got older, much older, I'm talking like I was about 24 years old, I used to go to pick my mother up on Thursdays and take her out to lunch, right? We used to go to Marina Del Rey. We used to go to the Sizzler. She used to like the Sizzler in Marina Del Rey because they had the better salad bar, right? So we'd go out there and I'd treat her to lunch every Thursday. And we would talk about a lot of the things that happened when we were kids, you know, because there were so many things that I was curious about. So I would ask her a lot of things about, you know, raising us as when we were kids. And I told her that, Ma, I told her about that time. I says, Ma, remember that time when we got caught shoplifting at the supermarket, and I said that I put the candy bar in Rudy's jacket, and he didn't do it, I did it. And she was like, yeah. I said, well, you know what, I got to tell you something. He did it. And she says, I know. And I was like, what do you mean you know? Yeah, I know. Oh, what do you mean you know? How do you know? I overheard you and your brother talking that night. I said, well, why didn't you do anything? Why didn't you come in there and say, Tino, you are the better son. You know, you deserve some chocolate cake. You know, you did a good thing, but your brother, he's the bad seed, and he's gonna get punishment. And I'm sorry for beating your ass. Okay, I thought you know, why didn't you say that to me when you heard all of that? And then she said, well, see, you took that responsibility to cover for your brother. Okay, that was your cross to bear. That was something that you had to do for him. Okay, now if I would have gone in there and changed everything that you did, undid everything that you did for him, the outcome would not be the one that we have today. Okay, he may have never changed. He may have continued to do something like that. You know, he may have gotten worse. But the simple fact that he saw the sacrifice that you made for him, and he honestly repented. He repented for doing that. And you saw it in his actions because he changed. And he changed because his older brother took on the responsibility of taking something that he could not handle. And I love my mom. You know, she was a great mom. She was a fantastic mom. And she let me stick it out, you know, because it's something that I took upon myself. And my brother, you know, he really, really did. He repented. He never did anything like that again. You know, for the most part, he was a good kid after that. I mean, he did some crazy stuff after that as well. But, you know, I'm pretty sure that what I did for him changed his life. And mine as well, you know. And, you know, it's nothing different from what you have done for... You probably did the same thing for your brother a couple of times, right? That's what brothers do. We take care of each other. But recently I've been thinking about what's going on in the Jake vlog community, which I'm really not a part of, but I keep getting this feed on my Facebook thing. You know, people talking about this Canada Gene 3 thing and the knockout gorgeous redhead, that pretty girl with the good-looking Japanese husband, right? Cute couple. But anyway, apparently Canada Gene, Mira, she did something really, really bad, and I really don't know what she did. I really don't care. I didn't see the video. I haven't seen any of the response videos to it because I just don't care. But the reason why I'm talking about this is because the whole day I've been thinking about this girl. I don't care what this girl did. I don't care what she did. But I'm hearing all of these people telling me that she did something really, really bad. She really didn't. Oh, I can't believe what she did. Oh my goodness, she's so heinous. She's an evil person. She's this. She's the devil. This and that, right? So I'm like, and I'm thinking about all these people who are judging her, and I'm thinking to myself, how many of those knuckleheads out there who are pointing the finger at this girl? I mean, the people who were involved. Kat, she made a response video. That's the only one that I saw, and she apparently was directly involved in this, and I feel sorry for her. I hope that Canada Gene does apologize to her because she's a sweet, sweet girl, right? And that's the only video that I saw. But I mean, all the other people who are judging her, I mean, do they have the authority to do that? I mean, anybody out there, you know, everybody out there is not perfect, you know. I'm pretty sure that you've done some bad things in your life, and you are forgiven. Someone has forgiven you as well. But you see, Canada, Mira, she needs forgiveness, but we're not the ones to give it to her. The people who have become victim to whatever she has done, okay, they need to be apologized to. She honestly needs to apologize to them. But the spectators, the people who are standing on the side looking at this bullshit, nah. You knuckleheads don't need to be pointing fingers at the girl talking about she's this and that she's that. Because you know what? Hey, none of you out there are sinless. Trust me. You've done some stupid ass stuff too, right? And you sought forgiveness as well. And someone has forgiven you. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that these people who have been wronged by her will eventually forgive her. But you know, she has to fess up and admit to what she did, and put herself in a situation where she doesn't get rebuked by these people any longer. But the spectators, oh dude, I mean, you guys don't even need to be making any comments or anything about that, because you know what? You are not sinless. You've sinned before as well, just like I have. You know, and forgiveness is a wonderful, wonderful thing if you can do it. You know, it's difficult for a lot of people, but you have to understand that Jesus, he died for our sins. You know, he took on the responsibility of dying for our sins because it was too big for us to handle. You see what I'm saying? And you know, that's my favorite word in the English language: forgiveness or forgiven. I used to have that right here. That right here, this is a tattoo where it says forgiven on there. But for all of the stupid things that I've done in my life, this little forgiven tattoo was not big enough. So I changed, you know, changed spots. I covered it up here and I put it on my back. Forgiven is now tattooed on the back. It's not finished, it's still a work in progress. But in my forgiveness, there's no I in forgiveness. I just completely ruined the I. And people, when they look at it, they say, hey, there's no I in forgiveness. Say, you know what? I'm glad that you noticed that. Come here, I got something to tell you. Because you know what? When it comes to forgiveness, I have nothing to do with it. Okay? I can't do it. I am not I'm not a person who is easily, you know, willing to forgive people. But because Jesus has forgiven me, I am obligated to forgive you. You see what I'm saying? Sorry for getting a little bit hot under the collar, but you know, just irks me that people just talk about people like that and as if they're sinless. They've never done anything wrong, right? Okay, but anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go, and I will talk to you again soon. Okay? God bless you and love you all. Peace.